And a headline caught my eye that I just had to look into and read the article and see what was really going on there. And you can see right here on the slide, the article says, Dave Ramsey, mortgage hack could save you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, you probably all know who Dave Ramsey is. He's a financial advisor, educator. He seems to be in the news a lot. I see a lot of articles and headlines referencing his name and with his financial advice for families and so forth. And so when I saw this mortgage hack that's been named after Dave Ramsey, I had to look into it. And so what did I find? Well, the article was describing that according to Dave Ramsey, this mortgage hack is part of a strategy to get to a debt-free situation on your home so that you can invest the funds elsewhere. And so, of course, with the article opening with that as the basis or the premise of this mortgage hack strategy, it then got into the specific of what the hack is. Well, as I kind of anticipated, and of course, it'll show here on the slide, the drum roll, the mortgage hack by Dave Ramsey is actually nothing more than just pay extra on your mortgage loan, which of course I got a chuckle out of that because that's really not new information. It got me thinking, how the heck did Dave Ramsey end up getting this idea, this strategy named after him as a mortgage hack? Because frankly, folks, this is not a new strategy. It's not a new idea. This strategy was around before Dave Ramsey was ever heard of. And so what were the details of paying extra on your loan? Pretty simple. One is simply pay extra principal when you make your payment every month. Again, not a new idea. Why it's being called a mortgage hack, I'm not sure I understand, but that's not a new idea. That's something that people have always had the ability to do. And, a lot of smart homeowners do look at that as a way to try to reduce their loan balance more quickly and build more equity. The other idea in this mortgage hack by Dave Ramsey, the other idea or strategy was mentioned, was the biweekly payment schedule, which of course I just covered that in our program here a week or two ago and pointed out how you can achieve the same result without not actually signing up for a biweekly schedule with your loan servicer. So again, I got a chuckle out of the fact that those were the brilliant new mortgage hacks named after Dave Ramsey to save you hundreds of thousands of dollars on your loan. Well, by the way, on that headline, saving hundreds of thousands of dollars is definitely an overstatement because, of course, most mortgage loans are, some number of hundreds of thousands, 300, 400, 500. So the idea you're going to save a good chunk of your overall mortgage from this strategy is a little bit probably overstated. And in that regard, I want to give you a couple of what I call inconvenient truths about the basis of this article. And that is, it's having to do with mortgage length. And what I'm referring to there is not the term, like a 30-year term or a 20-year term or a 15-year term. What I'm talking about there is mortgage length is what is the average life or length of a mortgage after it's been obtained. Well, guess what? The average mortgage length in the U.S. is less than 10 years. That's right. So what that means is after a homeowner gets a mortgage to buy a house, or a homeowner who already owns, of course, a home and has a mortgage and they're refinancing, after they get that loan, the average length of that loan, in other words, or another way to put it, the average life of that loan is going to be less than 10 years. And then the other thing to know as it relates to a purchase transaction, when a buyer buys a home and finances that purchase, they expect to stay in that home for a median of about 12 years. So when you consider these two data points, what you realize is the notion of pursuing the quote unquote Dave Ramsey mortgage hack to pay extra on your mortgage to achieve a free and clear home so you can invest your funds elsewhere. A very, very high percentage of situations are going to be such, well, you'll never achieve that destination because you won't have the mortgage for that long to start with. People keeping their people keeping their mortgages for 30 years, and actually their homes too, for 30 years is not that common anymore. So in that regard, am I suggesting that paying extra on your mortgage is a bad idea? Not at all. But what I would suggest is that you need to realize that if you're going to decide to apply more dollars to pay down your mortgage quickly, understand that you're making an investment decision. In other words, you're deciding to take those extra dollars and apply it to your mortgage, which of course is secured by your home, So that is an asset. So essentially what you're doing is taking extra dollars and investing those extra dollars into your asset, your home, by paying down your mortgage debt faster. That's in itself not a bad idea. And in fact, to that degree, if you've got a mortgage rate of 3% and you're paying extra on that mortgage, you're essentially earning a 3% return by reducing that 3% debt balance. But therefore, again, understand that paying extra on your mortgage really should be considered as an option relative to how else can those extra dollars that you're going to apply toward that mortgage, how that can be used. Is there a better investment option than simply applying it toward your mortgage, toward your home as an asset to speed up the reduction in the balance and creating more equity? Depending on the scenario, like as we entered 2008 and beyond, that would have in hindsight turned out to be considered a poor strategy only because property values fell. So you just want to keep that in mind when you're considering this Dave Ramsey mortgage hack of paying extra on your mortgage. So I wanted to cover that just to kind of clear up a little bit of the information that was the premise of this article. I think it's a little bit more complicated decision point than this article would suggest. And the destination point, I think, in most cases will never occur. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And just remember, at MortgageWorks, we have the answers, and they're on the house.